In the quiet hills of southern Italy, the small town of Pietrelcina welcomed a child on May 25, 1887, Francesco Forgione. His parents, Grazio and Maria, were humble farmers, living a life rooted in faith. From an early age, Francesco was different, drawn to prayer and solitude rather than play. He spent hours in the local church speaking of visions of his guardian angel and conversations with Jesus and Mary. These weren't childish fantasies to him, but a profound spiritual reality. Even as a child, he embraced sacrifice, taking on small penances to show his love for God. He saw the world as a spiritual battleground and felt called to be a soldier for Christ. His family sometimes struggled to understand his intensity, but they supported his devotion. Francesco's early years were marked by simplicity, piety, and a deep sense of purpose. He promised himself to dedicate his life to the church, a vow that shaped his every action. The rhythms of farm life taught him humility, but his heart was always drawn to the divine. These formative years in Pietrelcina laid the foundation for a life that would inspire millions. Even as a boy, he understood sacrifice and the call to serve something greater. The seeds of a miraculous life were quietly taking root. As Francesco matured, his call to religious life became undeniable. Drawn to the Capuchin Franciscans for their simplicity and devotion, he left home at 15 to join their novitiate. He took the name Fra Pio, marking a new chapter of total commitment to God. The friar's life was demanding, long hours of prayer, study, and manual labor. Fra Pio's health was fragile, and mysterious illnesses often left him bedridden. Despite doubts about his strength, his faith never wavered. He offered his suffering to God. This acceptance of pain became central to his spiritual journey. Against the odds, Fra Pio persevered and was ordained a priest in 1910, becoming Padre Pio. He now celebrated Mass and heard confessions, sacraments that would define his ministry. The boy who once prayed in solitude was now a spiritual father to many. He could not have foreseen the immense impact he would have on the world. His journey as Padre Pio had truly begun. The sacrifices of his youth prepared him for a life of extraordinary service. His devotion and humility would soon draw countless souls to his side. Padre Pio's mission was only just beginning. Padre Pio's life changed forever in San Giovanni Rotondo. On September 20th, 1918, while deep in prayer, he received the stigmata, the wounds of Christ, on his hands, feet, and side. These wounds bled for 50 years, causing him pain, but also drawing pilgrims from around the world. The scent of flowers often accompanied the blood, a sign many called the odor of sanctity. Padre Pio tried to hide the wounds, but news spread quickly. Pilgrims flocked to see the living crucifix, seeking his Mass, confession, or simply his presence. The stigmata became a powerful sign of God's presence in a skeptical world. Padre Pio never sought attention. He saw the wounds as a source of suffering and union with Christ. To some, he was a living saint. To others, a mystery or even a fraud. Through it all, he remained focused on his mission, bringing souls back to God. The wounds were a constant, painful reminder of the price of salvation. With fame came suspicion and scrutiny. Many, including church officials, doubted the authenticity of Padre Pio's stigmata. Investigations were launched. Doctors and psychologists examined his wounds, searching for a natural explanation. Some accused him of fraud, but no evidence was found. Padre Pio endured these trials with patience, submitting to every request from his superiors. The Vatican imposed severe restrictions, at one point, forbidding him from public ministry. Isolated and misunderstood, he offered his suffering for the good of the Church. Despite the pain, his loyalty never wavered. "The Church is my mother, even when she strikes me." Over time, restrictions were lifted, and he resumed his ministry. The trials only deepened his faith and wisdom. His suffering purified his spirit, making him an even more powerful instrument of grace. Padre Pio's humility and obedience won over many critics. His life became a testament to perseverance and faith under fire. Padre Pio was known for more than the stigmata. He was said to possess spiritual gifts, bilocation, healing, reading hearts, and prophecy. Witnesses claimed to see him in 2 places at once, and many reported miraculous healings after his prayers. He never took credit, insisting all was God's work. In confession, he often knew people's sins before they spoke, guiding them to true repentance. He foretold future events, including the papacy of Karol Wojtyla, later Pope John Paul II. These gifts were not for show, but tools for his ministry. They pointed beyond him to the mystery and mercy of God. Padre Pio remained humble, always directing attention to Christ. His extraordinary gifts drew people to faith and hope. Padre Pio's greatest ministry was in the confessional. He spent up to 16 hours a day hearing confessions, offering both stern honesty and deep compassion. People waited days for a few moments with him, seeking forgiveness and a new start. He demanded true repentance, sometimes sending people away to reflect. For the sincere, he offered comfort and practical wisdom, helping them find peace and healing. His gift of reading souls brought many to genuine conversion. Stories of his confessional encounters became legendary, changing countless lives. Padre Pio was a true physician of the soul. Padre Pio's life was marked by prayer, suffering, and tireless service. Even as his health failed, he continued his ministry until his final days. On September 23, 1968, he died peacefully, whispering the names of Jesus and Mary. After his death, the stigmata vanished, leaving no trace. Over 100,000 people attended his funeral, a testament to his impact. Miracles attributed to his intercession continued to be reported worldwide. The Church began the process of canonization, and in 2002, Pope John Paul II declared him a saint. Today, St. Padre Pio's shrine is one of the most visited in the world. His story offers hope and a tangible connection to God for millions. He reminds us that miracles are possible, even in a skeptical age. His simple message endures: pray, hope, and don't worry. God is merciful and hears every prayer. The legacy of Padre Pio continues to inspire faith and courage.